Greetings from home to all of you. Your energy has set into motion an entirely new world. One that you are just starting to expand into and explore in a whole new way. Welcome to the new planet Earth. We tell you this because we watch. We watch from afar. We watch from the distance. We can see the larger picture than most of you can see, and it is absolutely beautiful. And we tell you, and as we have mentioned before, there will be many leaving during these times. It is a natural process, for there are many that have completed their jobs. They're done. They can stay around if they wish, but sometimes they are not able to ground in the same ways, and many of them return home. Now, what you should remember is that humans celebrate birth and mourn death. We do the opposite. Yes, you have all your friends at home. That is something very few people remember while they are on the planet. But let us tell you about that for a moment. Because when you return home, it'll be almost as if you are walking down the street, trying to remember everything, where you are, what things were like. And suddenly somebody comes up to you, and you look at them and you don't have any recollection of them or memory, and suddenly they speak, and your heart fills with all these incredible memories of who this person is and how you have worked with them over many lifetimes. You may have skipped this last incarnation, but this is actually a very dear friend. You have so many of these at home. You cannot interact with all of the beings that you know in every incarnation. So you select just a few to make your contracts with and the connections. And then you come in and you start to awaken from the dream. Very quietly at first, and then a little louder as you progress forward. Absolutely amazing to us to watch. The connections that you have made, dear ones, reach far beyond your understanding in all of this area, and now you will start to see it. That is the beautiful part. There is an opening coming for every human to make a deeper connection to the other side of the veil. And it's coming in the next 3 months. That is the beautiful part of this. Over the next 3 months of your lives, all of you will have the opportunities to have the veil pulled aside just a little bit. Sometimes in just a moment, sometimes longer, where you're actually able to enter and interact. But these are memories. For you will start to remember home the same way that person walking down the street knew you and allowed you to remember them. You have so many deep connections that you have made over many lifetimes that are not connected to you in this incarnation. So many of you will actually find that you reset your energy. And in that motion, you start to see all sorts of new energies. This is going to be magical. Watch for these opportunities, dear ones. They do not have to be in a traumatic sense at all. They do not have to be during a car accident or during an illness or things of this nature. If you set it so, and you set your intent, over these next 3 months, the veil can be pulled aside several times. And this is our gift to you in many ways, because it helps you remember who you truly are more than anything else. If you were able to have your memory bank stretch further than 1 lifetime, you would have all these attributes. You would never be sad again because you've collected so much information from so many lifetimes. And yet, by pretending to be the human, by stepping into the energy, by taking off your wings, separating the veil, and having an incarnation in a finite form, very difficult, and yet you're doing so well with this. You are able to spread light in many facets because of that, and that is beautiful indeed. The next 3 months will offer you these opportunities. Now, what will this look like exactly? Well, it's hard to say because for every person it might be slightly different. But we can also tell you that you will know when it happens. For suddenly, you may see someone or remember somebody very clearly, knowing the inflections of their voice, the depth and tone of their voice, the demeanor, their hugs, everything else about them, but you may not find them on earth. That is happening now. Why would they wish to do that? Why would the beings that you left at home wish to come in and have an interaction with you while you are in a physical form? Because they know they can help you remember. Just by a little touch of their memories from their lifetimes that they've had with you, they can change your energy ever so slightly to where the memories can come flooding back into your own being of who you are and the interactions that you have carried so many times. Breathe, dear ones, and allow this to integrate fully into your light. The joy ahead of you is much deeper than you can imagine, and all of you as humans will step into this firmly and freely. Enjoy every part of it. Now, some of these will be momentary flashes. Something may happen. You may have a memory or a flash of a face that you don't know, and then go about your daily lives, as you typically do. But we tell you with just a little introspection, just a little bit of connection and waking up, you can find a whole new aspect and remember friends that you left at home. It is time for this reunion process to take place. And we tell you there will be a 3-month, 90-day period in which to experience these beautiful openings of the veil. You have always asked for this. You've asked to pull aside the veil so you could remember home, and that is not possible completely on earth. For if we were to pull aside the veil, you would all go home. No one would be here on planet Earth. You would all realize that this was a game you were playing, and you'd step out of the game into your reality of your spirit. Well, now you can play the game and have these little moments and have these memories. Some of you will be able to delve into it and hold the moment for a bit longer as you remember. But we ask you, dear ones, when this does take place to you, and you have these memory flashbacks, we ask you to ground them. Try to bring up the essence of the person who is behind it, because they're a friend of yours. You have so many dear friends on the other side of the veil that you have forgotten. It was necessary for you to forget. In fact, they all told you, please, do not remember me in this next lifetime. We will catch you on the next round. We will be there when you come home. We will celebrate you home in such a way that you'll never forget it again until you go back in. And we tell you that is happening more than you can imagine. For on earth, you celebrate birth and you mourn death. Keep in mind, we mourn birth. Sort of. Not the same way, because we are never disconnected from you. But we absolutely celebrate the death of the physical body, because it means the return of the spirit. And that is what is taking place. Once a person leaves their body and returns home, there is an acclimation. We used to call it an acclimation period, but the reality is there's no time on the other side of the veil, so it's very difficult to even put that into a category or a word that would hold it. But once that acclimation is done, and most of the time it is simply a waking up, seeing the beauty and trying to capture it, trying to put it into what used to be your mental process. And pretty soon after trying and trying and trying to put things together and make sense of it up here, you drop into the heart and it all comes to you. Well, we ask you to do that. When you have these momentary brief moments where you can see something, where you have a memory, where you have a download of information from home, because it will happen to every single one of you over the next 3 months, and to many of you it will happen many times. There is a thinning of the veil during this next rotation, and it gives you the opportunity to break through and to remember. Not only remember is it bringing back your memory, but also to remember, to bring back the individual members and put them back together as one. That is who you are. Now, how can we help you remember and bring all of your attributes back? By helping you remember those that you left behind on the other side of the veil. They are working. They are waiting, looking for these momentary pauses in the energetic field where they can get their love through to you. 3 months, 90 days, walk in full expectation of miracles right in front of you and watch them as they start to unfold right in front of you in every moment. Dear ones, you have so much energy here that you are playing this game of pretending to be the human. But you also must realize that you are a very dear spirit. Your energy has been missed. Home has not been the same since you left. So that is why we celebrate so much. Not only celebrate your path and your choices on earth, try to help you dare to make those steps, even though you cannot see where your foot is going to land. You don't know the outcome. And sometimes you're very worried about that. But yet, keep moving. That is the one important piece that we ask you to do. Because several things are taking place during this next 3 months. You not only have the opportunity to have the veil thinned and for you to peer through it, but you also have the opportunity to reset your physical energy during this time. And that will be up to each and every one of you. If you wish it to be so, speak it aloud 3 times. There's a magic of 3. In truth, you will find out, as Amor will tell you, everything is built on 3s. Everything is divisible by 3s once you see all the dimensions of time and space. So, with that in order, know that you can speak this 3 times very loud, and that sets it into a motion where it can permeate the different vibrational levels and the different dimensions of time and space. In doing so, you are basically giving permission from those that have left you, those that you have left or those that you left behind, but you're giving permission for them to fill you full of light. You're expressing your intent. Now, we warn you also, dear ones, do not take this lightly or pretend that it is a game, because once you do this, you will feel a change. And there will be no going back. There is only forward in the timeline. It is a very magical opportunity. Enjoy this, and once it happens, try to give thanks. Above all, bring in that gratitude. Once you remember some of these energies from home that you have known before, the love that you have shared with these beings, to help you remember your true essence and the nature of who you are, give thanks. Give thanks directly to them, and watch what happens. The next 3 months are a thinning of the veil in several areas. Also, you will see your own creative abilities enhanced during these 3 months. Now, some of you are very interesting with this as we watch you from home. Now, you must understand we do not have egos that we must deal with. We do not have some of the attributes and some of the typical games that you play on planet Earth. So it is difficult for us to always understand what your needs completely are. They are defined specifically by you in every moment. So speak them aloud. Allow them to be fulfilled in a new way. Allow the miracles to start coming back, because over the next 3 months, there is a long line of miracles that have been waiting for you that are ready to start into motion. And once you start one, once you accept one into your life and give thanks and ground it, it opens the door for all the others. Have you ever lived a synchronistic lifestyle where no matter what you needed, it showed up the moment you needed it? Are you ready to start working with that? Are you ready to give up the struggle? Because that's one of the things that it's going to take. You have been taught by your loving parents a truth that worked very well for them in the lower vibrations of the new planet Earth. The paradigm was called work hard. It doesn't work. It didn't actually work back then. But the interesting part is when a creator believes something will work, it tends to work. Now, are you ready for the next step? Are you ready to sit back and let it come to you? Let it fill you from the inside out, rather than reaching from the outside in. These 3 months are an opportunity for all of you to experience that. Now, some of you are asking, well, during these 3 months, can I change the difficulties that are in my life that I've been carrying so much? I'm so tired of, frustrated of carrying all this energy. Do I have to balance the planet the way that I've been doing? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do none of it? But you will choose what you wish to do with your light. That is a choice, dear ones. There is no right or wrong about it. You do not need to go out and save the world. Just simply open your heart. Allow it to be touched by those that have touched you before. And they will help you remember your true nature and who you truly are. These times are very magical, dear ones. You are being watched by all the creatures in the universe that can watch. All eyes are on the planet Earth at this moment. There are so many transitions taking place. Take this opportunity to see beyond the veil. Now, we also wish to address one item, for you have so much going on in the United States, especially with all of your elections, all of the fun, crazy things that are taking place with that. And we'll ask you to simply let go, to know that it is on a path of least resistance. You have many things coming. You will have attributes and you will have opportunities to actually work with those in a new way. Do not take any of it too seriously. Take a breath, dear ones, and release the fear. And know that no matter what happens, you are going to be well taken care of. The light workers on planet Earth have struggled to be there ahead of the game, holding a vibration that is very difficult on a low vibration planet. And many of you have paid a very endearing price for doing exactly that. Well done, dear ones. You will now find yourself in a new space, a new opportunity, a new place for you to ground the light in a whole new way. Enjoy this journey. Know that there are no wrong turns. Know that there is nothing you have to do. Just experience it and love every part of it. That is the beauty. And as you see people leaving your planet in greater numbers, celebrate them. And know that sometimes the noise from our celebration parties gets so loud that it may wake you out of a dear sleep. And we said that intentionally. Hear the celebrations, know the love that we have on this side of the veil, and we promise when we greet you home you will have magic in every aspect. Keep up the great work. You have placed yourself in the exact moment of time and space where you can make the highest difference. Now, as these openings take place, allow yourself to be charged, full of light, full of love, for the road ahead, and enjoy the ride. It is with the greatest of honor that we ask you to treat each other with respect. Know that you're all playing a game of pretending to be a human, and play well together. Aspavo, dear ones.